Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is another pickups video. I've had a good week this week, actually. I've managed to find 25, I'll say items, because 24 are games, and there's one special one at the end that I picked up on Amazon Prime Day that I'm absolutely chuffed with, that I wanted to show off as well, and it's in the gaming genre, so I thought, why not? Anyway, I'm going to crack straight on with it. We have the first game, as you can see, in front of me on the table. The Bureau XCOM Class Declassified. I hit a few different shops this week, so this one I got from Game. The next few are going to be from Game. I'm going to put my big fat fingers in there now, show you. Unfortunately, with the Game ones I found, which I'm a little bit annoyed about, is that you don't know whether you're going to get a manual or not. Now, I don't know if the rest of you guys have found that in your pickups from Game, but there was no indication of whether there was going to be a manual, basically. So obviously I just took a chance with a few games, but this was only 99p. They were all 99p, these ones. So I didn't think it was a bad option. It's just, you know, not having the manual is a little bit annoying, I guess, but you know, it's just one of those things. When I could control it this week, I did pick up games with manuals, but like I said, in game itself, you're not really getting that option. So there we go. Just focus that one a bit for you. So it's in reasonably good condition, I think. Reasonably good. I'm going to spin it around and do all the things I did last time. And yeah, I've never played this game. I don't know what it's like, so we will find out. And next one I have for you is a sports game. Topspin 4. Again, purchased from Game. Again, 99p. And as you'll see inside, again, no manual. A little bit frustrating again, obviously, but going to say again a few more times. I'm not really, but it looks good again. Again, I said again. There's no manual, but the condition of the case is pretty good. I'd prefer the manual, but you know, you can't choose, unfortunately, it seems, with games. And they're coming to an end now, I think, the last generation stuff. So you know, I think it was important for myself to get there and get a few games while I still could, basically. This is my next one. Prototype. And I may as well show off two at once here, because why not? I can fit them on the screen. Prototype and Prototype 2. Again, actually they weren't 99p. That's an adjustment on that one, because Prototype was, I believe, let's have a look, because I don't remember. Yeah, it was 99p, this one. Actually, no, it wasn't. Prototype was the one that was 49p, because I got to the till expecting them all to be 99p games, and the guy serving me said that one's actually 49p, so yeah, I was very happy with that. Not quite sure why, to be fair. Again, no manuals, but the games are in very good condition. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that was cheaper. I really didn't ask, to be honest. I was just quite happy to get some money off, so there we go. But yeah, I thought pretty good value for the money. Yeah, 49p. Then the next ones I got were from CEX. You'll see from the stickers. You'll also get an idea on the price when I show you the stickers as well. So there we go, because I tend to keep the prices on where I can. Let's try and focus that a bit for you. Yep, so Quake 4. First one. I've only ever played this on the PC, so I don't know what it's like on console. But we have a manual. And again, this one I tried to, thanks to Retro Bear again for like pointing me in the right direction. I checked all the boxes when I picked these up for manuals. There might be a couple that I did get without them if I wanted the game that badly, but I think mostly I did check. I didn't actually realise that CEX leave them, or our local anyway, because me and Retro Bear do come from the same place, that they leave the manuals in the cases. I didn't realise that, so that was a good tip. So thank you, Retro, for that. And yeah, I checked most of these, I believe. Certainly the latter games, anyway, that I picked up, I checked. And yeah, checked for manuals. So next one we have Crackdown. Again, an Xbox 360, a classic. In terms of the label, I've never played it again before, but as with so many of these games, there's a lot of games I haven't played, to be fair. So But yeah, this one was £1.50 as before, and it also has the manual. It looks like it must have originally come from a charity shop because it has a gift aid sticker on the back. I didn't even notice that before when I was Zoom's gone all funny now when I was sorting through all these. But yeah, it looks like it was originally 99p, so it was actually a lot more expensive in CEX. Well, are you surprised? I mean, CEX are legendary for that, aren't they? They don't exactly give you the best deal. But yeah, I wasn't too disappointed. It's a game I've always been interested in, actually, and I've never actually got around to buying it. So this one here, Dead Island Riptide, slightly more expensive at £2. I have Dead Island, the definitive collection, I think, or something like that. It's basically all the DLC and everything. So I figured this would be nice for the collection. Again, manual included, and in pretty good condition all round. So I'm happy with that. Another one I haven't played before, so I don't know if it's rubbish or what, but you know, it's going in the collection at least. It doesn't matter too much, I guess, if it's not necessarily the best quality. But there we go. And another game. Now, this CEX that we have in town is a little bit annoying. This is the game I got. It's Resistance Fall of Man. They had Resistance Fall of Man #2 as well, so I took that up to the counter. Also 50p. Was chuffed to get both of them, and when they went rifled through all their millions of discs at the back and took about half an hour to serve me, they announced that they didn't actually have it. They didn't know where it had gone. And this happened to me last week because I bought 19 games last week. Technically I bought 20 because I bought the Thing on the PS2, but they didn't have it when I went into CEX. They looked everywhere and said, we don't have this one. So that's twice now that's happened. So it's a little bit frustrating, to tell you the truth, when you find a couple of games that you want and they don't actually have one of them. Well, we have the manual again. And obviously there's a disc. There should be no discs left in consoles this time like there was last week. It's a little bit of an oversight on my part, but yeah, so pretty good. Again, pretty good condition. I think most of these were. I did have a couple of cracked cases this week, but you know, not anything I was too disappointed with. Another sports game, Madden 25. Love American football, absolutely love it. Go Miami Dolphins. Yeah, so it was there was a few. I think they had a few Madden games, but I haven't actually owned this one on any system. And I usually am pretty up to date on all the Madden games. I usually get it every year. I don't necessarily get it when it's new, but you know, I will eventually add the latest Madden game. And I hadn't actually done it this year for some reason. I don't quite know why. I think it was 2014 this came out. And so I thought, well, why not for £1? Did I open it up? Don't know if I did open it up for you guys there. You don't get manuals with the Madden games, as far as I'm aware anyway. So let's just zoom in that so you get a clearer view. Yeah, so yeah, online manual available, it says down the bottom there. So there wasn't a manual to be had with that one. £1. A good deal. These few came in the last couple of days, actually, from a charity shop. And funnily enough, there's a funny story attached to the first one. Well, it's not so funny for me. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I stood in this charity shop. They had a lot of, it was the British Heart Foundation. They had a lot of games that were in very good condition. And I stood there and thought to myself, or I said to my wife, actually, I can't remember what Assassin's Creed games I've got. I knew I had 1, 2, 3. I had one of either Revelations or Brotherhood on the PS3, and then I've got like all the modern generation ones, you know, every single one of them. But I knew I had one missing from my collection, so I was hoping it was going to be this one, and it turns out that it wasn't. So I spent £1.99 on a game that I have already got. The one I've got is a classics version, so technically speaking, I don't have this version. So again, I can justify it like that, I suppose. Yeah, all the stuff's there. The game itself is in, I mean, superb condition, really. Absolutely superb condition, and all the games I picked up pretty much from the charity shops have been in excellent condition this time around, so I was very pleased. So I don't regret the purchase, in the sense that, you know, I can add it to my collection and it's not the classic version and everything, but it would have been nice to have the game that I didn't own. But there you go. From the same charity shop, we go into the PS2. and Wacky Races Mad Motors. I have never heard of this game. My wife was very excited when I showed her that one because she's a massive fan of the Wacky Races. Didn't cost me $9.99, but it did cost me $1.99, and that's from the Heart Foundation as well. This case has got a slight ding in it, as you can see at the top. There's a slight missing bit there, but I have spare PS2 cases, so I'm not too worried about that. And also the most important thing, of course, it does have the manual, and apart from that, it's in very good condition. There you go, there's the back. Never played it, but I'm sure, knowing that what a fan my wife is of the Wacky Races, that we will be giving it a go at some point. So you never know. If I have the capability to record it for my channel, you may see it up here at a later date. Who knows? I am determined to get my wife involved. In fact, on my latest video, she is involved. It's not gaming per se, but we're opening blind bags. Here we go. The next one is Hitman Absolution. And $1.99 again from the same charity shop. This is from the British Heart Foundation. This was also in excellent condition. I mean, really good. I don't know if somebody bought a whole bunch in it. It must have been somebody that really looked after their games. But yeah, these were excellent. There was a whole bunch actually I was looking at getting, but you know, I was on a bit of a limited budget. I think I'd already bought 20 games by the point I went in this shop, so I thought I'd better slow down a bit for the week. But yeah, you can see it's in good nick. Yeah, $1.99, good value. I was happy. Same shop again. I have this one, Tenchu Fatal Shadows. Not a game I'm overly familiar with, but I did play Tenchu 1 and 2 on the PS1. I was a massive fan of Tenchu 1. In fact, I think I played it to completion back in the day. So I don't know how it's going to compare on the PS2 to the original. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm very happy to give it a try. And there it is. Let's just try and get a bit zoomed in for you. Yeah, again in brilliant condition. This person, if it was the same person that dumped all these in the charity shop, they really did look after their games. There's only one actually. I wanted to get a Jimmy Neutron game that was in there, but when I went to take it to the counter, there was no disc in it, so that was the only one really that wasn't in very good condition. But from another charity shop in Halesowen, Tomb Raider Legend on the Classics label, only £1, so I thought that was a good deal. There you go, you can actually see the receipt. So you know exactly what charity shop that came from. And yeah, I think in good condition, and you know, for £1 you can't go wrong, can you? I mean, I've got Legend on various consoles, but you know, when you see these bargains and you want to add them to collection, I don't think you can really go wrong, especially at that price. So, and where are we now? Back to CEX now, and this was the second trip of the week that I made. First game for 50p, Hitman 2, a classic, as you can see by the scores, on the original Xbox. Again, manual included. Checked out every one of them this time around to make sure. There we go. Let's zoom in on that one. Death is his business and business is good. I remember playing that. I think it was PC for the first 2 Hitman games that I played, so not sure if I've ever played it on a console, but I love those games, so I figured I would add those. And let's have another 50p bargain before I get into the more expensive ones that I probably massively overpaid for. Never heard of this game, but it was 50p, so I thought, never heard of you, I'll add you. Again, I checked to make sure the manual was in there and the disc. Yeah, it's probably a load of rubbish. I don't know. If any of you have ever played it, do let me know. But I just thought for 50p, when you see a game for 50p and you don't have it, I don't see the point in not adding it if you've got the money. I think I literally on that day found about 90p in an old coat. So I wasn't too bothered about picking up a couple of games that, you know, maybe I wasn't that massively into. Okay, this one here I've had in my hand a few times in CEX and put it back and changed over, and finally this time I thought, screw it, I'm going to get it. Outlaw Volleyball Remix. I've never played Outlaw Volleyball, but I did on the original Xbox play Outlaw Golf, which I thought was really good. I really enjoyed that. So I thought, why not? For £1.50. I would have liked it to be 50p, ideally. You know, who wouldn't? But I still thought £1.50 was pretty good. I don't know if it's considered a good game. I really don't know, but everything's there in the light there with my hand. So I figured that was pretty good for £1.50. Not too bad. And let's get a couple of the cheapies again before I get the one I overpaid for. I'll do these two at once because they're both Ghost Recon games. Retro seems to pick up a lot of these, so I figured I'd pick up a couple myself. Got no Ghost Recon games at all on the original Xbox, so these are both games I know I definitely didn't own. I don't know if Ghost Recon Island Thunder is a sequel, or if it came first or came before Ghost Recon 2, but anyway, here we go. Both 50p. Both, I think, as you'll find, let's spin that one over while I'm doing this. I think they both, yep, both have the manuals included. Obviously the discs. And yeah, so I thought 50p each, why not? Why not indeed? Then the last one I got from CEX, I am well aware that I probably have massively overpaid for this, but I like this game. It was fun. Naughty Bear. I don't know if you've ever seen it. You play as a bear. You go around trying to murder people. It's very funny. It's very funny. I mean, I remember playing it probably nearly 10 years ago now when it first came out. When did it come out? I'll actually see it. Oh, 2010. So yeah, nearly 10 years ago. Yeah, my brother-in-law had it on the Xbox, and he lent it to me and my wife, and well, she wasn't my wife then. It was me and my fiance back then, and yeah, we played it, and we just laughed a lot of the time when we played it. I was really hoping that I've looked at it again a few times in CEX. I was really hoping they were going to start knocking the price off of it, but still £3.50. So I figured, why not? I had a spare £5, so I bought it. I probably overpaid. I accept that, but you know, such is life. Sometimes you have to. And then a final trip to Game, where I picked up 4 more games. This was the first one. Again, all 99p, because you know they're having this massive clearance at the moment. But again, unfortunately, no manuals. I believe there's no manuals for any of these games. So I think, personally speaking, now I've got a few from Game, and I felt like I was missing out by being the only person pretty much on the entire YouTube who collects retro games that hadn't been to Game yet. I probably wouldn't get any more from there, to be honest, because I know I'm not going to get manuals, so I'm a little bit like, I'm just going to say, just check in the next game, just in case. So here we go, here's the next one, it's Prey. A game, again, I haven't played, heard things about. I've heard quite good things about it, actually, from some people. But again, no manual. It's a shame, really, because these games are in really good condition. But, you know, these were from the Bullring game in Birmingham, which on the day was about 900 degrees temperature wise. I was trying to look desperately at the games, but I could only last about 10 minutes in the shop before I felt like I was actually going to collapse with heat exhaustion, so couldn't devote as much time there as I wanted. I also have Mercenaries 2. Loved the original Mercenaries on the original Xbox, so I thought, why not? It's not a game I've ever played, but I'd say the first one was good fun, so I'm hoping this one will be too. Obviously, again, 99p. And finally, Aliens, Colonial Marines, 99p also. No manuals. Actually, there you go. That's why I left that sticker in there. It was 75p, this one, that's right. It wasn't 99p. For some reason, this was randomly 75p. I left that little sticker in there because I knew I'd forget in the course of this video to tell you that. So, now you know. 75p. Right. I'm going to do a total for my games. This is the total now for the games that I bought this week. So, not a bad deal again. There's a reason for this, because I did spend $15.99 on something else, which I'm about to reveal to you now. As you probably all know, it's been Amazon Prime week this week, or a couple of days, obviously, but they refer to it as Amazon Prime week. And I was reading an article, and it said that in the US, this particular item had been reduced by about $40. And I was like, when I read it, I was like, wow. I wonder if we've got a sale on our version in this country. And when I went onto Amazon Prime, I nearly fell off my chair. I'd been holding back buying this particular item because I'd heard really bad things about it. But at the price they offered, which is $15.99, I couldn't say no, and I bought myself. I might have to move the camera for this one because it's not going to fit in. But the PlayStation Classic, it's literally just arrived. But I mean, I'll put the camera down now because I don't want to shake all over the place. I'm just so pleased. I don't know. I've heard things about it. You know, people saying that the games aren't. I'll pick it up again just to show you the box. People say the games aren't the best games that you can get on it, but like the pre-installed ones. But you know, it does have some classics on there. You know, it's got. I like Destruction Derby. Obviously, I'm a massive fan of Final Fantasy games. So Final Fantasy 7 is my favourite Final Fantasy game. So that is definitely a selling point for me. Just trying to see if I can perch my camera up a little bit so I can show you this from a higher height. Let's have a little look, see what we can do. Because I really want to show the console in the shot. There you go, that's better. Oh, we can see it now. Yeah, it has Final Fantasy 7, which is my favourite Final Fantasy of all time. Grand Theft Auto, the original, so that's great. I don't know what Intelligent Cube and Jumping Flash is particularly. Metal Gear Solid, what can you say about that? Classic. Mr. Drill, I've never played. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, I have played and love. Rayman's a quality game. Resident Evil, the original, brilliant game. The first Persona game. Now, I've played a couple of Persona games on the later consoles, but so that'll be interesting for me. What else do we have? Ridge Racer Type 4. I'm not massive into car racing games, but I'll certainly give it a go. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Hell of a mouthful. Don't know much about that one, I'll be honest. Siphon Filter, another brilliant game. You've got Tekken 3, which is a great game. My wife loves that one. Rainbow Six, they're always generally good games. Twisted Metal, I've heard nothing but good things about. Never played. And also Wild Arms, I think is supposed to be a good game. So you've got 20 games there that are not the worst games in the world, I don't think, anyway. But there is a hack now that you can do, which I've bought all the equipment for to do, where you can actually put more games on. So all the PlayStation 1 games I own, I know how to rip them already into ISO files. And then I can put them straight onto the PlayStation Classic. So literally all the PS1 games I own now, I can put onto this console if I've got the room for them all. Which is great, because I have quite an extensive PlayStation 1 collection. So, you know, I can legally rip them off because they're my games and put them onto this console. And also there's a little dongle thing in it you can plug into it and lets you use the modern controllers as well, which I think is a bonus, because the controllers you get with this, they don't have, flip it over, they don't have the analog sticks. So, you know, it's going to be, it would be a bit, straighten up a bit, it would be a bit tricky to play after playing so many games with analog sticks now. I mean, even when I play my retro games, a lot of the time, if I play like if it's got a way to use a modern controller with it, I will always use the modern controller because I do like the sticks. So, you know, I think it's going to take on a whole new dimension. I'm really excited. I love the little console. I've seen it in the shops in CEX before, and it looks awesome. So yeah, I shall be unboxing this at some point. Might even do a little video on it actually, because I'd like to show it off in greater depth, I guess. But I thought for $15.99, I mean, how can you go wrong? I mean, it's already back up to £46 on Amazon at the moment, so I figured $15.99 was a steal. I don't have an original PS1. I did have one, but for space issues and everything else, I got rid of a lot of my retro consoles. Because the PS1 games were still playable on the PS2, I figured, you know, I would. I regret it. I'm not happy about it, but I just feel like I haven't got enough space in my tiny flat to own everything. So, you know, this will be perfect. And it's tiny, and we go on our caravan holiday to Wales in September, so I'm already planning to get it all modded and all set up, and then pack it in a suitcase to take with us to Wales. And yeah, me and my wife will have a few games of I don't know, Tekken 3 or something while we're sitting in the caravan. I think it's going to be great. Anyway, I hope that does fit in with this. I think it does, personally speaking. I think, in fact, it's probably the most retro thing I've bought, to be honest. So even though it's a modern version. I'm chuffed. And I can't wait to go mess around with it, which I'm going to do as soon as I get finished recording this video, to be honest with you. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's 25 items. I will do a total price with the PlayStation Classic on your screen now, and also then the separate price for just the games. I think I've had a pretty good week, personally. I only feel like I overpaid for one game, and I think everything else is pretty much a really good bargain. So, not as many manuals as I would have liked, but there you go. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're not too bored by me when I'm going to sign off. Take care, and I will see you on the next video. If you are a first-time viewer, please do hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. These are the sort of videos I do. I do this. I do gameplay videos. I haven't put one up for a while, actually, so I will be doing one soon. Mostly retro stuff, but I will do a little bit of modern if it's requested. If you do have any requests on games, please don't forget, keep them in the comments, and I'll get back to you. And also, I've started to do some blind bag opening videos now with my wife, so they're also on the channel. So hopefully there's something for everybody out there. If you do like it, please do subscribe, because it helps me. And thanks as always to the community and all the nice people I've met. And looking forward to conversing with you all soon. Thanks, guys. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.